my name is Agnes Chow, and I am the Creative Director of the Young Leaders Circle. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate Canada's 154th birthday. Today's event will be full of different performances from various cultural groups and greetings from all levels of government. We hope you enjoy the show presented by the CCC and the YLC, featuring Asian culture, tradition, and heritage. As we open the show, please join us for the national anthem. Wow, what a wonderful showcase of Canada's landmarks. To show respect and honor to our Indigenous brothers and sisters, I would like to invite John Basters to read the land acknowledgement.
I acknowledge the land I am standing on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anihespeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, with the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Williams Treaty signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. We also acknowledge all treaty peoples, including those who came here as settlers. As migrant either in this generation or in generations past, and those of us who came here involuntarily, particularly as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. Today, we pay tribute to the ancestors of those Indigenous origin and descent. Now, let's celebrate their art form with a traditional Indigenous dance.
Thank you, John, for the inspiring words. I am very grateful to celebrate such a beautiful country. Without further ado, please welcome the chairman of the Chinese Cultural Center of Greater Toronto, Alan Lam. Alan has been dedicating his time and effort to the CCC for 25 years.
Good afternoon. Alan Lam here, chairman of the Chinese Cultural Center of Greater Toronto. Thank you, Agnes, emceeing today's special virtual Canada Day event for all Canadians, celebrating our 154 Canada Day in Toronto. This year, we Chinese Canadians, like many other Canadians of different ethnic backgrounds, are celebrating our national holiday different from past years in cyberspace. Though we can't celebrate in person in Ontario due to COVID-19 lockdown restrictions, we celebrate virtually. We have put together a series of high-quality dance and musical performances from a multicultural group that include Indigenous, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Tamil community. Performances are designed to showcase Canadians' diversity, bring people together, promote inclusion, strengthen communities, and reinforce the bonds that united us as Canadians. Also, working together with the City of Toronto, this morning, our volunteers prepared 320 hot lunch in our kitchen and delivered to our homebound seniors in Scarborough to celebrate Canada Day. Let's take a moment to recognize and reflect on different paths of our rich heritage history and to learn from each other in a spirit of unity and solidarity. With COVID-19 infection cases coming down in a very promising downward direction, I am confident that we will meet you in person at our center fairly soon. On behalf of the CCCGT Board of Governors, Directors, Honorable Advisors, and Ambassadors, we wish you all an enjoyable and safe Canada Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan, for your leadership and passion in building this community. Now let us introduce ourselves to our first performance, a Chinese dance taking place during the Tang Dynasty by the Sunland School of Dance. Thank you for the wonderful performance from the Sunwing School of Dance. It was beautiful. We now invite the Right Honorable Mary Ng, Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion, and International Trade, to say a few words.
Happy Canada Day, and hello to the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto. It's Mary Ng, Member of Parliament for Markham Thornhill and the Minister responsible for Small Business, Export Promotion, and International Trade. Today is Canada Day, an important day of the year where our nation can reflect on where we've been and where we're going, on our strengths and what makes us so unique, and on where we can work together to build a better future that is more inclusive, more sustainable, and built with reconciliation and equality at its core. For generations, Chinese Canadians have helped to build Canada and continue to contribute in our communities in incredible ways, whether it's employing thousands in their small businesses or serving as teachers, caregivers, essential workers, or our outstanding business and community leaders. CCCCGT has been a champion for diversity in communities across the Greater Toronto Area, including here in Markham Thornhill, for more than 3 decades. Your organization exemplifies the very best of what it means to be Canadian, and today's multicultural celebration further proves that. I look forward to all of us continuing to work together to build a more inclusive, strong, and welcoming Canada in the months and years to come. Happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Minister Mary Ng, for your greetings. Let's move on to our next performance by Go Ballet. Since 1978, Go Ballet Canada has been synonymous with excellence, with a dedication to contributing to the cultural development of our country. Under the direction of former principal dancer of the National Ballet of Canada and longtime honorary advisor of CCCGT, Chan Hon Go, Go Ballet is proudly committed to showcasing a wide-ranging and ever-expanding repertoire of classical and contemporary works. With the opening of new studios at Bayview Village in Toronto in 2019, Go Ballet will continue its legacy of preparing generations of dancers for the world stage, from their beginning steps through to graduation. Today, they will be showcasing Waltz of the Flowers, Valse des Fleurs. What a lovely dance. Thank you, Go Ballet. I would now like to invite Member of Parliament for Scarborough North, Sean Chen, to deliver his greetings.
大家好，我係陳勝元。大家好，我是陳勝元。Hello, this is Sean Chen, Member of Parliament for Scarborough North. And I'm so delighted to bring greetings to the Chinese Cultural Center of Greater Toronto on this wonderful occasion of Canada Day. Allow me first to acknowledge that this past year has been difficult due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But through it all, Canadians have worked together, and organizations like CCC have supported individuals and families through these very difficult times. I'd like to first thank the CCC for their many initiatives, their one meal at a time program, one mask at a time program, their food drive collections to support those in need have been truly making a difference in our community. Thank you to the volunteers, the staff, the board members, and all those who have pitched in to make a positive difference in the lives of others. As we celebrate our great country, let me acknowledge that Canada is now ranked #1 in the G7 and in the G20 among nations who have given their first dose to their population on a per capita basis. And this has been possible because of the work of organizations like CCC, who hosted pop-up clinics to make sure that vaccines got into the arms of Canadians. Thank you all for your efforts throughout this past year. And as we celebrate our great country, let us continue working together to build an even better Canada. Thank you once again, and I hope you have a most wonderful and happy Canada Day.
Thank you, MP Sean Chen, for your continuous support for the CCC. We now invite Jean Yip, a Member of Parliament for Scarborough Agincourt, to deliver her Canada Day greetings.
大家好，大家好 ，Hello everyone， 我係葉嘉麗耶嘉麗 Jean Yip， 我係 Scarborough 內政區嘅嗰位議員。I represent Scarborough Agincourt and 好開心睇到咁多人參加今日。I'm just thrilled to be seeing all of you on this very special day celebrating Canada's 154th birthday. From coast to coast, not only are we celebrating Canada's birthday, but also the unique qualities that make this country so great. We celebrate the millions of Canadians who have come together to make our country strong, prosperous, and an open place that it is today, one that we're proud to call home. Through the challenges we've experienced this year, we've seen neighbors helping neighbors and the true spirit of generosity and community. While Canada continues to be a beacon of inclusion and diversity, we know that more work needs to be done. By demonstrating these values, we are building a country where every Canadian, no matter where they're from, what religion they practice, or whom they love, has a real and fair chance to succeed. Happy Canada Day. Canada 國慶日快樂，加拿大的國慶日。Enjoy the day.
Thank you, MP Jean. We now pass the stage to a talented Korean dance group.
안녕하세요. Welcome to the 11th Studio Dance Festival. My name is Mi-young Kim. I'm an artistic director of the Studio Dance Festival.
We're pleased to have you guys with us today. Thanks for watching our show. And please stay safe and healthy.
감사합니다.
Hello everyone, my name is Mi-jung,
Jessica?
Stella, and we're members of Mi-young Kim's dance company. Today we would like to perform a dance that we choreographed called Magic Lily. Magic Lily is the flower that has the meaning of longing for love, and we try to express the feeling of longing through modern Korean dance. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
사랑이 왜 이리 고된가요? 이게 맞는가요?
Thank you for this beautiful performance. We now will hear from the Minister for Seniors and Accessibility, the Honorable Raymond Cho.
Hello everyone, I'm Raymond Cho, MPP for Scarborough North and Ontario's Minister for Seniors and Accessibility. I'm so glad to join you all in celebrating Canada Day. Today, we get to pause to reflect on how privileged we are to live in the greatest country in the world. Canada truly is special. It draws its strength through diversity and embracing multiculturalism. Your organization brilliantly embodies Canadian greatness in your role in promoting cultural heritage as well as your advocacy work on inclusiveness. Our community is better and stronger because of great organizations like yours. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Chinese Cultural Center on your hard work and leadership in the community. Today's cultural celebration is a fantastic display of the richness of Canada's multiculturalism, a great way to mark Canada's 151st birthday. Canada Day is a significant time to many people, a precious time we spend with our families and an important time to reflect on what it means to be Canadian. This Canada Day, in light of recent discoveries of hundreds of unmarked graves in residential schools, I ask that you and your family take a moment to reflect on our nation's history and stand in solidarity with our Indigenous communities as we consider what we can do to enact positive change moving forward. Enjoy today's celebration and have a happy Canada Day.
The next performance will be brought to you by the Japanese drumming group. Following the drumming, Member of Provincial Parliament for Scarborough Agincourt, Aris Mabikin, will bring us his Canada Day greetings.
Hello, this is Aris Babikian, Scarborough Agincourt MPP. Once again, this year's Canada Day celebration will be different. Regrettably, we will not be able to display our pride of Canada in person. The current challenges should not deter us from taking a moment to celebrate the place we call home. Canada Day is a celebration of all things Canadian, including our values of inclusivity, democracy, and diversity. The pandemic illustrated the best of the Canadian spirit. I have seen such an overwhelming response from our local businesses, organizations, and individuals who have stood up to join the fight against COVID-19. These values of generosity and goodwill are what makes us Canadian. It was this same generosity and goodwill that welcomed me to this great province as a newcomer years ago. I would like to emphasize the resilience of Canadians that has become so apparent last year. Our collective efforts has successfully brought us together. Whether you are barbecuing in your backyard or tuning in to a virtual celebration, please do so safely and cautiously. Happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Aris, for your time. Now let us invite Daisy Wade, a member of the Provincial Parliament for Richmond Hill, to say a few words.
Happy Canada Day! I'm delighted to bring greetings to everyone celebrating Canada Day with the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto. I want to thank the entire team at the CCC for organizing this great event and for your many years of dedicated service to the Chinese Canadian community. We are also blessed and fortunate to be able to call Canada our home. Those of us who have immigrated to Canada from the Far East and from the other parts of the world celebrate this day with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for what this country has been providing us. No matter where we come from, and no matter where we are all Canadians. We share the freedoms and the opportunities that the Canadians enjoy, equality, and it is our responsibility to give back to our country as best as we can. Let's continue to help one another and do our part to build the progress of this great country. Thank you again to the Chinese Cultural Center for organizing this event and for enabling all of us to celebrate and enjoy this great day together. From my family to yours, happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Daisy Wade. For our next performance, the Tamil community will be showcasing their traditional dance. Following, we will hear from Mayor John Tory.
Hello, Mayor John Tory here, and a happy Canada Day to you all. There are many things to celebrate about living in this country, and today is a day we do that. Blessed as we are to live in a place that is free and a place where respect and caring are at the heart of who we are. But it is also a day to reflect on the fact that there are times, even in this great country, some of those times long ago and some very recent, when we lose our way and see things happen which aren't consistent with our cherished Canadian values. We have seen in this past year Canadians at their best, caring for each other during a long and painful pandemic. Governments had many programs to assist individuals and businesses, but it was individual Canadians who stepped forward to help each other. That said a lot about who we are, whether it was people helping deliver meals to seniors or the heroism of our essential workers in healthcare or other crucial positions. Those are the values to focus on today because they take the freedom that we enjoy in Canada and build on those freedoms a caring and compassionate society that is, in fact, admired around the world. Not because it's perfect, but because it is good. But it is also important for us to focus on the challenges we have seen to those values, both in our past and in more recent times. The sad history of the residential schools has been brought to searing points of tragedy again by the discovery of mass graves. These most recent shocking discoveries remind us of a shameful chapter in our history, which ended not that long ago, but which did not end for the survivors and for many people who continue to be traumatized by these events. It should cause us to reflect on this day and every day how we can bring our relationship with Indigenous peoples into line with how we see our country and how we see ourselves and our commitment to respect and equality, starting with Indigenous people. And the same is true of the challenge to our way of life found in the acts of hate and racism, which have been on the rise in recent times. There is no place in our country for the sad and sometimes tragic acts of hatred against people based on their faith or their skin color or their nationality or their sexual identity. The world expects better from Canada. We expect better from ourselves. And so today is indeed a day to reflect on that and to resolve to eliminate this kind of behavior, which is so inconsistent with who we are and what we want to be as a country. But today is also a day to celebrate one another, including the differences which enrich us so much. We must continue to care for one another, to lift each other up. Today, as we celebrate and reflect on our Canada, we should celebrate our frontline and essential workers as well. Many of those same workers will be working today and through the long weekend to keep us safe, to keep our vaccination efforts going, and to keep our essential businesses and services running. So thank you so much to them for your work and for your sacrifices throughout the pandemic. People have chosen to come to our city and to our country from all over the world, and we've been lucky because of that. And they will start coming again in large numbers when the pandemic is over. They come seeking opportunity, wanting to put their skills to work, but they also come because they see Canada as a country where they will be respected, accepted, and embraced. That is what has both earned us the trust of people who have come here to build this country and this city, and the admiration of the rest of the world. We will recover strongly from this pandemic because this city still has all the things going for it that it had before. Smart, caring people, great schools, great values, great neighborhoods, great arts and culture, great location, and that we are in Canada, surely one of the most blessed places in the entire world. Let's remember that as we safely celebrate our country and the good fortune we have to be in Canada. And let's take some time to reflect on what each of us can and must do to live up to Canadian values and to make sure this country is everything we want it to be and more. Happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Mayor John Tory, for your continuous support for the CCC. Up next, we have the Chinese Music Ensemble's performance, followed by greetings from the City Councillor, Cynthia Lai.
Hello everyone, I'm Cynthia Lai, your local city councillor. Happy Canada Day. During these challenging times of the COVID-19 pandemic, this virtual event aims to engage audiences, bring joy, and celebrate the richness of Canada's diversity through multicultural dance and music. I wish to thank everyone for your unwavering support and generous contributions towards CCC, a multicultural hub that is the cornerstone of our diverse communities. Hope everyone online will have an enjoyable and memorable event.
Thank you, Councillor Lai, for your continued support for the CCC. During these unprecedented times, we are very fortunate to have access to virtual platforms to connect with loved ones and to participate in celebrations and events. Although we are all in our own homes, to me it feels like we are still together. I can't wait to celebrate Canada Day 2022 with everyone in person. We would like to end today's event by showing you a special program which the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto has prepared for us. This year, besides combating COVID-19, we also have to combat Asian hate. We have to stand up and speak up. CCC has taken the lead to form the Stronger Together Coalition, whereby their mission is to stop anti-Asian racism through community collaboration. 16 Asian communities have come together in solidarity to combat anti-Asian hate and bigotry through education and awareness. The goal is to turn hate into harmony. Please take a look at the following video to learn more about the Stronger Together project. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all the donors and volunteers for their contributions to CCC's Stronger Together program. We couldn't have done it without everyone's hard work. As a board member of the Young Leader Circle, we thank CCC for continuing the legacy of the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto on Canada Day. This concludes 2021's Canada Day celebration. We hope you have enjoyed the different cultural performances which were showcased today. They all form the multicultural mosaic of Canada. Thank you again to all the dance and music groups for their beautiful performances and dignitaries for their meaningful Canada Day greetings. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and we hope you had lots of fun. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.